Hello, everybody. It's me, Shannon LaBruyere. I am live and loving it tonight. Welcome to Sunday Night Live, where we explore the principles that allow us to thrive in change. Change we want, change we don't want. The big changes, the small changes, every change that comes our way has the potential for helping us to grow and become more resilient, become more mature, uh, more equipped to face the future challenges if we take advantage of the opportunities. So we talk about how do we do that? How do we take advantage of change? How do we make the best of change? And we're not, you guys, sorry. And so tonight we are going to talk about four other ways, at least I think there are four. One, two, three, four. Yes, four more ways that you can know that it's time for you to make the change. Not wait for the change to come to you, but you initiate a change. We're going to talk about four more signs that are going to help you to know if it's time for you to actually choose to change. Carol, it's good to see you. Hello, everybody who's joining us and jumping on. Say hi. Let us know you're here. It's a delight to share with you. Thank you for being here. Tonight, we're going to explore the principle, the Thrive principle, hashtag respect the now. Hashtag respect the now. I want to invite you tonight as we do part two of how do I know it's time to make a change? I want to invite you to take a deep breath and listen to what your heart is telling you. Listen to what your intuition is telling you. And listen to what I am telling you and see how it fits. Hey, Mary, it's good to see you. And you are not late at all. It's only 7:02. There's plenty of time. We're just getting started. So thank you for being here, Mary. It's good to see you live. Sometimes you catch us on the recording, but it's nice to see you here live. Thank you for being here. And anybody who's jumping on that has never been on Sunday Night Live, please give StreamYard permission to use your name. And there's a little, it gives you the option the first time you're on here, and you can just click that button and it'll allow you to use your name as you comment here on Facebook with us. And if you've never been here, we would love to know who you are and where you're watching from or where you're listening from. So feel free to drop in and say hi, and we are going to get started. So a quick revisit of the signals that it's time for you to change that we talked about last week. So here's the first one we discussed. You're living in the past or you're living in someday. You're either spending your time in used to be so good or someday it's going to be good. That's a sign that you need to make a change because hashtag respect the now. The present is where we actually live. And if your present is being squandered by wishing it were yesterday or hoping that things are going to change sometime in the future, the actual present is being wasted, and we don't have time to waste. Every day is precious. Every minute is precious. So if you're living in the past, what used to be, or you're living in the someday future, that's a sign that you need to make a change. Hi, Corey. I'm glad you're here. The second sign that you need to make a change is you're living in fear. Fear of risk, fear of change, fear of what people think, or fear of what people may do, fear of failure. When you live in fear every day, that is a strong sign it's time to make a change. The third one we discussed is you're becoming a person you don't like. That person you're looking at in the mirror every morning, you're becoming less and less happy with how life's going and who that person is becoming. Because the people that we spend our time with, the situations that we are in can mold us as people. And the choices we make in those situations do as well. And if we're choosing to stay in a situation when we should be changing, one of the signs that we can look for is every day that goes by, I like myself less. If that's happening to you, it's time to make a change. All right. And number 4 we talked about last week was you feel numb. You just don't care anymore. Every day is the same and you don't care what happens to you. And we talked a little bit about that. And I want to reiterate today that if you feel numb, if you're experiencing this sense of, I can't feel anything, I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I'm not frustrated, I'm not angry, that's something that you can talk to your doctor about. And there may be some mental health reasons that need to be addressed for you, and 100% legitimate. Get those taken care of. But if you've talked with your doctor, if you know that these numb feelings are associated with you just trying to cope with a situation that you're in that you don't like, it's time to make a change. All right. So for tonight, we're going to talk about 4 more signals that it's time for you to make a change. And if you recognize yourself here, absolutely raise that hand. You can share that with us. If you've got questions, share it. If you've got examples that we can learn from, I encourage you to drop those in the comments. This is a place where we all want to learn from each other. So if you've been there, done that, we would love to hear. I would love to hear what your experience has been. Feel free to share that. All right. So the 5th sign that if you're experiencing this, you need to make a change is you feel stuck, trapped, nowhere to go, no exit, stuck in the same situation. It's like Groundhog Day. Every day you wake up and it's the same thing. If you are stuck, it's time to make a change. Now, the change you make, that's up to you. When we're stuck, sometimes though, it is hard to make any change at all. And so here's a suggestion for you. If you are stuck, tell somebody. Tell somebody who's also growth-minded that you are stuck. Get that out there. Talk about it and understand that just speaking those words out loud have great value. Great value, acknowledging that you are stuck. And what does it mean to be stuck? It means that inside you're not changing, you're not growing, you feel stifled. The changes you want to make, you feel like you're running through jello trying to get anywhere. It's like slow motion. Being stuck stinks, but there is a way out. And I'm here to encourage you that if you feel stuck, giving yourself permission to tell somebody about it is going to change things for you. It's that little oomph that allows you to get some movement. You know, it's like when you're trying to open a jar and it's really, really stuck and you just can't get it open. Then all of a sudden you feel just a little slip and you think, aha, this happened with spaghetti sauce last week. Just, oh man, I can't get it. Oh, it slipped. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of a slip, and we are here to help. I'm here to help. Throw it out there. Confess that you're stuck. Just say the words, and that's going to open the door to some new ways of thinking, some creative problem solving, all the good stuff that allows us to actually thrive and change. So if you feel stuck, that is a sign you need to change. Being stuck stinks. All right. Number 6 is this: you're lying to people. And I can almost hear you saying to yourself, I am not a liar. But hear me out here. Hear me out here. I'm not talking about lying to people, although if you are, that's an issue. You absolutely want to change that. The kind of lying I'm talking about looks like this. When somebody asks you how you are, and you smile real big and say, I'm great, and you're not great. Or you say, I'm fine, but inside you're not fine. Or I'm happy, I'm good. You lie to people so that they don't know that you're not fine, that you're not happy, that you're not good. When you start lying to people about your circumstances, who you are, how you're feeling, that is a sign that you need to make a change. You need to make a change. If you are lying to people about your state, your mental state, about your emotional state, about the status of your job, about the things that worry you, am I saying that you need to spill your guts to every stranger on the street? No. But I am saying that if somebody asks you how you're doing and you just automatically respond fine with a smile pasted on your face and you don't mean it, that's a lie that's going to get you pretty quick, because that lie is the start of a slippery slope for you to start feeling stuck, being discouraged. If you are lying to people about how you are, it is time to make a change. And if you are not surrounded by people who would ask you how you are and sincerely listen, who sincerely want to know, if you don't have people like that in your life that can help you to process that you can be honest with and say, man, I'm feeling really discouraged. Things at work aren't going great. If you don't have somebody that you can share that with, then you need to make a change. All right, so let's see. Mary says this: I started to get unstuck when I started watching last year. And she says, thank you, Carol Cook. Yes, thank you, Carol Cook. Carol shared Sunday Night Live with her Aunt Mary, and now they're both avid viewers, which I love, and they're applying the principles and seeing the changes. And Mary, some of the changes that you've shared over the course of these videos have been really powerful, and I'm very, very proud of you. So thank you for being a part of Sunday Night Live, and I'm glad that these principles are helping you. Warms my heart for sure. All right, when you're feeling stuck, like you can't do anything, like anything you do is going to get you in trouble, or you can't even move because your options are so limited, tell somebody. When you're lying to people because the people around you either aren't safe to share with, or you are just trying to convince them and yourself that things don't have to change when in reality they do. So if you're lying to people, that's a sign. How about this one? This one, you guys, I want you to take a deep breath, because this one happens a lot and we make excuses for it. Number 7 of our list is this: settling. Are you settling? If you are settling, that is a sign that you need to make a change. So what does settling look like? A lot of times people settle in their jobs. Yeah, I'm not getting paid as much as the next person, but what else is out there? Or I only have limited skills, so what's a person supposed to do? Settling for less money than what you add. How do I put it? When you're settling for less money than the value that you add to your employer, that's a sign something has to change. When you're settling for a relationship that's lopsided, that's one-sided, where you care more than the other person does, you're settling. You're settling. I love this phrase. It says this: we get what we tolerate. What are you tolerating? What are you tolerating? Are you tolerating being treated bad, being bad-mouthed? Are you tolerating a less than engaging work environment? Are you tolerating disrespect from people that you're trying to lead? What are you settling for? Because if you are settling, it means you are ripe for a change. Settling for less than what you know you deserve as a person, as an employee, as a leader is a sure sign. Something has to give. Something has to change. Does it mean you have to quit your job? No, it does not mean you have to quit your job necessarily. Does it mean that you have to abandon your relationships? Not necessarily. I'm not saying that. These are signs that you need to take a look and say, all right, what's going on here in my life? What do I need to do so that I can be in a place where I am not settling for less than the best that God prepared for me? If you are settling, it's time to make a change. Many years ago, oh gosh, what do I want to say? I guess probably 13, 14 years ago, I was settling for a life that was less than fulfilling. I was settling for a life that was less than fulfilling because I had issues from my past that still burdened me, that still plagued me. It was hard. It was hard. It was so hard that my body started to rebel. And I was lying to people. So, right, number 6, a sign you need to make a change. I was lying to people. How you doing, Shannon? I'm great. But actually, my shoulder was hiked up like this, and it was sort of frozen. And my neck killed me almost all the time. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, except for my neck. But my body knew. And I was settling for a life that was less than what I knew it could be because I was afraid to address some of the issues from my past. Anybody else been there? Has anybody else been there where your body's telling you, oh man, I got some stuff from back there that I need to take care of. I need some forgiveness that I need to work out. Right? And we've got some thumbs up. Yeah. I've got some issues, from, my past that they're starting to wear me down. Settling for a life that's less than because we're afraid to face it, afraid to face what it's going to take to heal, afraid to acknowledge the things that are giving us that bodily pain or that mental anguish. Settling for a life that I was choosing was a life of a roller coaster where I felt like I was really good and then I would go way down like this and then I would come back up. I needed to seek some professional help and I did, and it has been amazing. I'm a big fan of counseling. If you have issues from your past that are making your present unpleasant, a counselor is a great place to start. A counselor that you can trust. A great place to start. But settling is a sign something needs to change. In my case, that neck hurting me and I was sleeping at all the wrong times. I was awake at all the wrong times. Everything was topsy-turvy. I finally realized I need some help. I need some help. And I made that appointment with a counselor and I went and talked and began a relationship that over the last 13 and a half years or so has been so valuable because it helped me heal from the wounds from the past so that I didn't have to settle in the present. Hashtag respect the now. This is important what we got right here. We can't afford to let the past destroy our present. It's time for a change if you're settling. All right, Corey shares, Shannon helped me find a path forward when I was looking to make a change and wasn't sure what step to take next. So thank you, Missy Bobo, for sharing her videos. Yay! Thank you so much, Corey. If any of you, if this is valuable to you, if I say something that resonates with you, share this with somebody. Share this on your feed. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it. It gets the word out and it helps others to be able to thrive just like you want to thrive. And the more of us who are thriving, the better it is. I always say that. The more people who know how to thrive and change, the better our world's going to be. So please share this. And thank you, Corey, for sharing that this has helped you. I'm honored. All right. The last one we're going to talk about is burned out. What does burnout feel like? It's exhaustion. Are you exhausted? Do you get up every morning and think, I just can't do this another day? I just can't face it. And yet you drag yourself out of bed and you start walking. There's a fine line between being willing to do what it takes to get over a rough patch and actually overstretching ourselves and taxing ourselves to the point where we are burned out. This is the thing. If you cannot rest along your journey, you will collapse before you finish it. We have to take a rest so that we don't have to quit. I'm going to say that again. On this journey, whatever journey you're on, whatever journey I'm on, we have to learn to take rests so that we don't have to quit. I rest so that I can carry on another day. Burnout means you're getting close to not being able to finish the journey at all. Burnout is when you have no creativity left, you have no enthusiasm left, you have no motivation left, you're just going through the motions, you're burned out. You do not have to live that way. It's time to make a change. So let's recap. If you feel stuck, if you're lying to people, maybe you're lying to people, maybe you're thinking of it right now like, oh yeah, I saw people at church this morning and I put on the smiley face, but inside I'm dying. It's time to make a change. You're settling for a life that's unfulfilling. You're settling for limited impacts. You're settling for who knows what you've traded for, but you're settling so that you can have security. You've sold your dreams and your excitement and your passion and your enthusiasm so that you can not have to be afraid today of the risk. Or you're burned out. You just don't have any more energy left. You just don't care. You've stretched yourself too far. If any of these things are in place for you, it is time to make a change. So I need to hear from you. What changes have you guys, what actions have you taken to initiate positive change in your life? So Corey mentioned one, that she's worked with me to find a path forward when she wanted to make a change. Awesome. Mary started tuning in regularly to Sunday Night Live so that she had some principles to go by as she made changes. Anybody else want to share what have you been willing to do when you recognized that you needed to make a change? And while you're thinking about that, I just want to throw this out there. What change is it that you know you should make, but you've been putting off? What change is it that you know in your gut that you've been putting off? Because your intuition knows, your heart knows. It knows what you want to do. It knows where you need to switch things up, but maybe you just don't know what to do next. This is something I am passionate about. I am passionate. I believe with my whole heart that you know what you need to do next. You just have to uncover it, and a coach helps you do that. Who do you have in your life that coaches you when you know you need to make a change, but you don't know what to do next? Who do you have that you go to? If you don't have somebody, I'm here to tell you there are people. I am one of them. You don't have to coach with me, but there are people who will help you to know what to do next when you finally recognize, I've had enough of these symptoms. I need to make a change. Knowing what to do next is your next step. So Carol says this is one of the areas where she's made a change, learned to say no. That's a powerful one, and it's not easy. It is not easy, is it, Carol? But doing it, whew, what happens? What happened for you, Carol, when you learned to say no? What did that free up for you? And Corey says this, I'm starting a new job tomorrow, and from what I've learned from the past, I'm getting ready to set some boundaries so the burnout doesn't happen again. I love that, Corey. Well done. Looking ahead, right? Before you actually step into that change, that new job, you're looking ahead and saying, okay, what did I learn from the past? You guys, that's gold right here. That's gold. That is a great technique. Learn from the past. What did I do before? Sorry about the dog, you guys. That's Ted, and I'm sure there's nothing happening out there, and he's very upset about it. If something was happening just between you and me, he would not be barking because he's scared. But since nothing's happening, he'll interrupt us. Anyway, understanding, reflecting what went wrong in that past work relationship, in that past human relationship, in that past attempt to lose weight. What went wrong, and planning ahead is a great way to deal with that. I love it. Thank you, Corey. And Carol says the leadership classes, and encourages you, as I will as well, to join us if you need help. It is a great place to get that safe group of people who want you to grow, who want themselves to grow. That's a place where you can surround yourself with people who actually are safe, that understand you, that want to listen. It's a beautiful thing. The Livestream Leadership Program has been life-changing for me, and the people who are in it have seen the most beautiful changes happen. Things like understanding, do I need to get a new job, and what direction do I take? Understanding, how do I become a better leader so that I can fulfill my purpose in my job? I know I was born to be a leader here, but I'm doing it all wrong. Getting answers to that, learning how to communicate with people and connect with them. It's powerful. All right. Ooh, okay. So let's see. Corey says, setting boundaries is the change I continue to work on. Oh, girl, you know I love boundaries. I am a big fan of boundaries. Carol's applauding. So Jeff, oh, it's great to see you here, Jeff. And Jeff says, being an adopted child. Wow, Jeff, that journey for you has been revelatory. Is that the phrase I'm looking for? It has been a revelation for you. Jeff, what change was it specifically that being an adopted child caused you to make? Like, what was that intersection of, I have to make a change and I'm an adopted child? What exactly was it? I'm really curious. I'd love to know more. Here it is. Being an adopted child, I found myself always being a people pleaser. Very hard to say no. Nice. So you recognize something about yourself and realized, I have to do something about this, and started learning boundaries, ways to say no. I'm seeing a theme here. We've got the boundaries, how to say no. These are really powerful tools we can use when we know we need to make a change, setting up those boundaries, learning to say no. I love it. Carol says the benefit she gets from learning to say no is able to plan my time better, and I'm more rested. And I think I need to do it for my family time too. Sometimes we fill our schedule so full, we don't take time for ourselves, capital letters, or our family. Carol, that's a great observation. That is a great observation. Saying no allows you to plan your time better and also create time for the things that really matter. Taking care of yourself and taking care of your family and connecting with them. I love it. Corey says there's an aha moment every week. This is true of live stream leadership. This is very true. There are a lot of aha moments in there. And if you guys don't know what an aha moment is, I would love to expose you to some. An aha moment is when the light bulb comes on. The light bulb comes on and you go, oh, I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. Or, that's the solution. That's how I do it. Oh my gosh, this is so great. I know what to do next. Those aha moments are valuable, and they are incredible. I want to say impetuses. That is not a word, you guys. I'm having trouble with my words today. They're great levers. They're great motivators to get us to take our next steps when we get that moment of clarity and know the next thing we can do. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I am, just so you know, I'm committed to making sure that you have opportunities to not only recognize that it's time for change, but to help you to understand what change you need to make. Sometimes it's not nearly as extreme as what you think it is or what you're afraid it is. Sometimes it's way more extreme than what you ever dreamed of, but it's exciting. I don't know, but I know this. You know, inside of you, you know when it's time to make change, and You know what change you need to make. Sometimes you just need a little help getting to it. And it's my delight to help you with that in places like Sunday Night Live or in live stream leadership or even coaching. You guys, this has been awesome. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Corey and Mary. Thank you guys for sharing your insights and being generous with what you've learned, because it allows all of us to grow. It allows all of us to get the wisdom from the group. So thank you. Thank you for being generous. And I encourage you, if you know that you have a change you want to make, I have the answer. It lies within you, and we can uncover it. And if that's something that sounds appealing to you, shoot me a Facebook message, drop it in the comments. I'll look for you. I will look for you. I want you to have everything you need to do the next thing you need to do. And all you have to do is find it. I promise, the change that you think you need to make, that you've looked at and you've seen this list of things and you go, oh my gosh, she's talking about me. I know there's a way for you to make the change, and you can do it. You just need a little bit of help. Look for the help. Look for the help. Take the help. All right. With that, Carol says thankful. She's thankful for the insight that I share here and in Livestream Leadership, and just a much better life, she says. Carol, that's on you. You're the one who takes what you learn and you apply it. And you are the one who actually makes it relevant and meaningful and uses it to change your world. And that's really, really impressive. You're doing a great job. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of what I do. And if I can help you in any way, I am just a message away. Let me know. Take care, and I will see you next week. Bye.